Jesse Mendez. This is a classic Hawaii versus USA. These two guys have grown up together. They're best of friends. They call each other brothers. This is a dream come true for these two. There is talk about giving it a fresh clock in another minute.
Is Griffin going to let that happen?
Well,
no.
We're just going to get started. They might be going off the original copy that we got this morning, and Griffin will get barreled and hop out, so this final will continue on.
I wouldn't doubt that was strategic for Griffin. He's not going to have the push of Griffin putting him out of position in this wave here. Just a nice little drainer for Griffin. Kicks out. It's going to be a small score.
The Hawaiian now positioned to take his first wave. Paddling hard. Starting to let go. He's got to drive. It's a messy section, and Seth is just going to have to kick out after such a long wait to get started. Doug Silva, incredible surfer, and been a great coach for Seth Moniz. Paddling and looking, it will be Griffin Colapinto driving through that first hollow section. It's spinning all around him, hugging the wall, maximizing that tunnel time.
And that's the difference. That wave just held so nicely. Great shape. Hit the inside shelf. Runner. See probably front angle. Should really have an idea. Here you go. Of how deep he was, and that's gonna make the difference of the score. Super deep right here. Slow himself down. Gets the little bonus section. Beautiful technique for Griffin. Starts to slow himself down right there. The wave gets hollower. Lets it go. Goes through that fumble. Gets a little bit of a speed, but keeps dragging himself. Coming out pretty clean.
Yeah, I mean, it was like you guys talked about. The technique was pretty perfect. I mean, the way that he threaded the needle. He's not going to stop, though. He's looking at this one again right now. I mean, he's identified that he just needs to ride waves, and that's something that he's obviously out here to do. And we're going to see Seth right behind him right now on a really good wave. This wave's guttering out hard. It's got a mean barrel on it. He's going to get spit through this section. Wow, he slows himself down back into it. Oh, Griff put his head down like, okay, it's on. That was insane. Wow, what an exchange. Let me tell you, this is going to be fun to watch.
For the finals, and then Griff got that three. There's more of a delay, and now things are heating up. Let's go to Griffin's last, Jesse.
Yeah, that's a beautiful wave for Griffin. Actually, that's the one after. So he's just trying to get a better backup than the 3.5, and on the wave behind, this wave just bottoms out. Beautiful technique from Seth Moniz. Slow himself down, always on the most critical part of the barrel.
Meanwhile, Seth just locked in at 8.5. We saw the IC score update. Look at that giddy up he got before he locked in. It's a tight tube that's going to shut down.
And I was like, oh, he got it for sure, just judging by that crowd reaction. And he got like a 2.5 on the wave. But I was like, that's that hometown favorite stuff. Oh, let's see this one.
Definitely plays into it. Wow, he was going
was
for
that Griff?
it. That was Griff.
Blue, yeah. But anyway, so looking at Seth's wave back, it was a really good wave. He just kind of fell off the barrel and got back up. But here we go. This thing, if this squares up and opens up, you're looking at it's dropped. Both these guys, excellent tube riders, and know how to pick the right waves and be in the right spot out here.
Right here, chasing a 4.84, Jesse. Is that going to be in the conversation?
I mean, it's borderline. If you look at the wave, it's pretty good size for a day like today. He manages to get deep, but just for a slight second there, because the wave just didn't run down the line as much as he was hoping for. But it's a borderline, and Kelly will tell that better than anyone. When you're seeing those waves doubling up, it's so close to being a 9-point ride that it's hard for you to figure it out how much is going to stretch down the line and close out, or it's just going to be kind of a short ride like Seth had.
You could kind of see the body. Super interesting. And one thing just about these the waves and conditions right now. Let's see this wave first. This one might double up real nice. Who we got? Griffin?
Griff slamming on the brakes. Oh, and he's real deep down.
Too much foam on that one. So you want those ones that just missed the outside. Oh, we got another one. Wave after wave now.
Wow.
This is a huge score.
Look at that. Head down, fired up.
Wow.
He's running over everybody.
He just speared Jake's GoPro. That was amazing.
It's really hard to actually be out there. All these waves are moving to the inside. All these double ups that they're looking for. It's not that far away, but you can see him paddling really fast to get out to it, and that thing's going to go excellent. I mean, just the dismount was excellent. I can't wait to see the footage from Snake Tails.
In CJ fashion, he said, I came over these fluffy pillows on angel's wings. That's the way
yeah,
CJ
awesome.
described it. It was unbelievable. Easy 10 as we look at a wave here for Griffin. He really did a good job to stay deep on what he was dealt with this wave. That was impressive.
You know, and as this time winds down, let's see this ride again. So perfect little stall to take off, and behind the spit there, and then back doors the second section. Doesn't get the bonus of the end bowl, which is, you know, the judges like to see those kind of waves. And you don't want to, you want to score surfing, you don't want to score the wave, but when you have the potential of bigger, heavier, deeper, and right now he's really got to size it up and see, does this wave have a 10-point potential on it?
Looks like Seth is just going to go for it here, using priority.
Oh
Big
my gosh. And does it.
Standing straight up, gets blown out behind the spin. He will just lay down and let go of just a dreamy performance in this final.
One of the most perfect ways of the event to finish.
Griffin Colapinto might have one more for us here, and he just looks like he's going straight down. We're going to close this one out. I see, for Seth Moniz, it's going to feel like a lifetime as he's just staring at the clock, hoping that it runs out as soon as possible.
There's a little wave, too. So he's going to be probably forced to catch this. I don't know if there's anything behind this. And right now, he's really got to size it up and see, does this wave have a 10-point potential on it?
Looks like Seth is just going to go for it here, using priority.
Oh my
Big
gosh. And does it.
Standing straight up, gets blown out behind the spin. He will just lay down and let go of just a dreamy performance in this final. In your life, have you ever seen commitment like this? Seth
I mean, that was a 10-point wave.
I
mean, I don't know if he's going to get the 10 or not, but 100% from where Griff was, it could have been a 10 if he made that. He was a little too deep. I think Seth was in the perfect spot. That was an incredible wave, one of the waves of the event, one of the most perfect waves of the event to finish.
Griffin Colapinto might have one more for us here, and he just looks like he's going straight down. We're going to close this one out. Oh my goodness, a breakthrough win for Hawaii's own Seth Moniz. He is on top of the world here in Tahiti, and your champion of the Outerknown Tahiti Pro, presented by IC.
I mean, I personally feel there's a point gap in between the 907 to that last wave. Way more square.
For sure.
He was in such a deep position to it, and Griffin was even in a deeper position. So, yeah, he played.
Best wave of the final, in my opinion, to finish the contest was incredible.
That's awesome.
Two best of friends that feel like brothers that have grown up together are just laughing their heads off.
I think he just comboed. Griffin there.
Well, we'll definitely give him that update on the podium, because those scores are still yet to lock in. Griff just an up and down on a closeout, but Seth had an 8.5 to improve on. It might end up being one of the best combined totals, if not the best, of his entire career. Oh, he's going to have high fives for days. Seth qualifying in 2019. That was his rookie season. Just his second final appearance in that time. And the numbers do lock in. It is the best number of the final. Seth Moniz finishes with a 910 to throw down an 18.17 total and officially combo Griffin Colapinto on the last wave.
What a finish. I mean, what a dream run. And Seth was one of the few guys in this event who really wanted to run on day 2, and he was out there first thing in the morning, and yeah, he was just ready to go.
That was that borderline toe day. Well, there were, in fact, toe sets with a southeast wind. Let's hear from the champion. Take it away, Strider.
We're here with Seth. We got sets coming in, but we don't care. Your first win, Seth. Amazing. You are the Outerknown Tahiti Pro, presented by IC Men's Champion. Your first win right here in Tahiti with one of your best friends that you just combo plated.
I can't believe it. It doesn't feel real. Man, I've been waiting so long for this. Fucking, sorry for swearing, but yeah, we put a lot into this, you know? Surfing's such a hard sport, and only one guy wins every time, and I put so much work into this, and it finally paid off.
Well, the world's proud of you. I mean, I just would love to hear a couple of words that you have for your family and friends and everybody out there that got to watch this.
Yeah, my phone was on the boat and I just heard it ringing before the final, so I think they're probably losing it. Hope my parents aren't having a heart attack, but I love you guys. I'll be home as soon as possible, and we'll see you soon.
Well, congratulations, Seth. That was a pleasure to watch. I mean, just some words on those big days, you know, charging as hard as you did, and you know, like sketchy Seth coming through.
Yeah, I had a weird feeling, like just coming here to this trip, like a day before I brought my friend Cole who films me, and I just had this feeling like, what if I didn't bring him and I won this event? Because I was just like, you know, having a tough year, so I called him up a day before I left and booked him a flight. And yeah, I don't know, this whole week has just been surreal. Just had this crazy momentum every time, this perfect sync with Ocean, and I just think, like, I swear to God, but you know, God was up there looking down at me and like sending me the wave. So it hasn't sunk in yet, honestly. Like, I don't even, it's a weird feeling.
Well, you know what, Seth? You know what, Seth? Let it sink in, brother. You're the champion, and we really appreciate your time. And you know what else? Let's get caught inside, brother. Go get him! Go get him!
Congratulations to Seth Moniz, just taking it all in, and then just going to his heat totals in his career. That's in fact his best combined heat total. That goes along with a huge win. His family is just absolutely losing it, that's for sure. Auntie Tammy right in the front there, Uncle Tony right there in the middle of the celebration. It's always a packed house when Seth is in the water, and extra meaningful that they got to witness his very first championship tour win. Congrats, you guys.
What a feeling. Oh my gosh. I'm almost teared up here for Seth. This is like, you know, I know how that heat we had in Hawaii meant to him, you know, but he's got a baby on the way. He's only got one more event before he expects his first child. He's had a tough year, so to turn it around right now and like to follow his feeling in his gut and then have the result is really special. Like, I don't know if it gets better than what Seth just did. You know, that's an incredible way to start your first win ever on the tour. It's amazing.
I mean, the crazy part about it is just the fact that there's a few guys on tour that are so reliable in the conditions that they dominate, and he's one of them. Coming off of so many losses throughout the year, but he knew that he could pull it off in conditions like we had. And the scarier he gets, the better it is for those people. Like, I look back at Kieran Perrault, one of them, you know, would back himself up at pipe, and crazy.
Well, Kieran got second one year. And you were thinking, gosh, man, you know, he hasn't made any finals or many finals, whatever it is. Is he going to have another chance? Comes back and wins pipe the next year in a last-second ditch effort, I think, against Jeremy. And then Jeremy had to come back and then win pipe after having had a second. So, you know, sometimes second place is the best thing. I'm telling you, like, when you don't win, it makes you so hungry and so angry and so focused. And, you know, Jack Nicklaus famously said to a guy who got second to him at one of the majors, he said, "Don't worry, I've gotten second 19 times." and he remembered every one of those. But how's that Moniz family photo right there? Just, they back each other like more than any family I know. It's pretty awesome. And yeah, this is a big day. Big day for these guys. This is awesome.
Huge day for all the hard work for Seth Moniz. So, you know, you go back to the relationship with Doug Silva. He hadn't been a coach that you were seeing around the CT much at all. And then Seth just tried to switch gears. And he was like, well, Doug's like the polar opposite of me. Maybe he's going to bring out something to me. And there was that heat where Seth's career was on the line a couple of years ago at Margaret River. And he was against Ethan Ewing. And Ethan's just the favorite all day because he's been just turning in huge results.
Yeah,
and Seth hadn't
it was a do-or-die event for Seth there.
Full do-or-die event.
At the cut. And
that's when Doug got the full-time job. He's going, all right, let's do this, and beat Ethan and brought out the best out of himself.
Yeah, Doug and I have been friends since we were little kids, and Doug, not sort of formally, but Doug basically coached me for a couple of years. This is about 25 years ago, and he traveled to Australia with me in various different places. And we were just travel buddies, surf buddies. And there's no one that gets you more hyped to go out and catch a wave and do your hardest carve than Doug Silva. And He's just as frothy as it gets for any surfer in the world.
Yeah, he's done a lot of work with Kai Lenny as well. A lot of people are calling up Doug for help, just improving their surfing experience, from people learning how to surf to surfing at the highest level, like we just witnessed with Seth Moniz. And they've been staying together right on the point with the Irons family.
They've called me a couple times, FaceTime, to talk about like the first couple rounds we had and stuff, you know. And we were comparing notes, and then Seth and I were on opposite sides of the draw. I'm all, man, let's do this, you know. I didn't do my part, but he more than did his part. It's just, I feel like I feel like I am like a part of this with him, you know. Like this feels real personal to me. It's great. It's so great when you see somebody win their first event, and especially in this fashion, like every heat so dominant, such high scores. Never like a sketchy heat where like he didn't look in sync. Just one after another. Just knowing where to be, which waves to go on. And that was the other thing, that the waves were, you know, the energy was sticking around and it had been kind of slightly dropping, but the tide was dropping too. So you're going to get some of those waves that feather on the outside and don't really square up inside. So you got to maybe pick the ones that aren't the biggest, that square up and barrel more on the inside. But you don't want a small one like the one we saw Griffin forced to take towards the end there.
What a final. And just, you know, with what Griffin accomplished and what Seth accomplished, and kind of backing up Kelly on that call as well, it's like Seth earned every single heat win from round one and did it in different ways. I think he proved to the world that we always knew he wanted to charge, but doing it with style. You know, he didn't have the same conditions in every single heat, and you could easily get off your game at some point and another lay day goes by, but he was able to stay locked in and really proved in my mind to be the undisputed champion this week here at Chopes.
But it's very scary when you peak so early in an event. You know, you want to kind of peak in towards the last day, and he kind of killed it the first, second, third day, and then all of a sudden you maybe expect someone to just take the bite, but he kept himself composed with all the odds against him, with all the pressure that he's dealing with, falling off tour maybe, and all of a sudden just proved to be the most consistent and the best performance guy out of the whole event.
Just drifting into that first round was uncomfortable for Seth. He mentioned it. You don't want to be in those four heats.
Yeah, that's a certain
people have
pressure.
called it the trials almost.
It's a heavy pressure on you.
You feel like you're not in the main event.
Yeah.
He's moved up to 21st on the rankings. He was in the 30s. And so with this win, he's just on the right side of the cut, and he knows his work's not done yet.
Yeah, but going into another South Pacific event with that energy, with the fresh feeling of winning and knowing how to put heats together, also more than likely surfing with some energy in the water. You know, some big interval comes through the Tasman, you get some 6 to 8, 10-foot surf at Cloud Break, and he's going to feel right at home. He's going to feel super confident next week if that's the case. It's almost 2 weeks away, you know, 10 days away or whatever, but it's... there couldn't be a better scenario for him right now. I guess the only tough one would be if the baby comes early and he's got to skip Cloud Break, you know.
So exciting for Seth, and I just got to thank you, Kelly, for joining us last minute for the call in the men's final, and for the performance you put on, man, as a wild card, and we'll never forget that. That was an absolute treat, and one of my favorite performances I've ever seen of you, and just made such an impact on this event. So thanks so much, man, for all you do.
Thanks, guys. It was a real pleasure to get the wild card and to put on a good performance too. You know, there were a lot of people going, oh, you know, he's done, like, get him out of here, he's retired kind of thing, and I get that, I understand that, but at the same time there's a little fight left in this dog, so you never know. And that was a round or two that will live in my mind forever. You know, it felt, even though I didn't get a great result, 9th place, this felt like one of my sort of favorite events in a lot of ways. There was just that pressure and that energy when it's big. You can't understand it unless you're in it. So that was real special. And congrats to Seth. What did Griff move to, by the way?
Griff, I think he's to 7th now on the rankings.
All right.
7th or 8th. I'll do the math before the presentation because I'll have to know that. But Kelly, hey, thank you so much.
Guys.
That was insane. Jesse Mendez, what a legend. What a great week. Party's not over yet. Coming up next, it's going to be the Corona Cerro Post Show. We're going to hand out the big trophies. Our champions and runner-ups are going to dance on stage as well. Stay tuned. Corona Cerro Post Show kicks off right after this.